Welcome into the Joy to the World podcast, the show that celebrates the good in humanity and highlights those who bring joy to their world. Now give it up for your host, Joy.
So I have Renee with me today, and I'll let her tell you about her program and where she's from.
Hi, Joy. Thank you for having me. First, I want to say I'm honored to be here, and I think this is a great thing that you're doing. Your podcast has an opportunity to do good things in the world, and we all need a little bit of joy in the world, a little more joy. So thank you for using this platform for positive things.
No, thank you, because I want to spread your word because you do such great things. So
Well,
tell
thank
us
you.
about you.
Okay, well, lucky for you, public speaking isn't really my thing, but when it comes to talking about Sea Cadets, I'm happy to do so. So I am with the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets. Our division is called the Stars and Stripes Division. We're located in Lowell, Indiana. We are the largest Sea Cadet unit, to my knowledge, in Indiana. We are one of 330 Sea Cadets across the country. I think there's just over 300 units, and ours just happens to be nestled right up in Northwest Indiana.
And Lowell, yay!
Yes. Our unit is roughly 22, 23 cadets. We have a couple graduating seniors. We are always welcoming new recruits. The U.S. Naval Sea Cadets, I'll give you a little history, was formed in the 1960s by the Navy League. And the U.S. Navy helped sponsor our program. It's mostly made up of adults and children, ages 10 to 18. And it's a really rewarding program. It's uniquely different. If you were to look at each Sea Cadet unit across the United States, they're all probably going to have a different look, but we're all teaching some of the same things. We have regulations to follow, guidelines, code of conduct, and that sort of thing. It gives children an opportunity to explore what naval life would be like, and we support all the other branches of the military and give them an opportunity to learn about different careers and if that's what they choose to do when they graduate, to serve their country or even to serve their community.
Well, we've been supporting you for years, and I know a lot of your cadets have had a lot of awards. So I know your group has done a lot because they have gone places. They have won awards. One of them got a ring, I believe. You guys have gone down to some naval ships.
Yes.
Wasn't it the U.S. Indianapolis ship or something like that
We've
one time?
been to the U.S. Indianapolis submarine commissioning down in Florida a couple years ago.
Okay.
We did the ship commissioning up at the Port of Indiana.
Okay.
We've traveled a lot. We do a lot of amazing things. We've done field trips right here in the Midwest. And then when we get into talking about advanced trainings, there's all kinds of opportunities across the country for the kids to go to. But our unit specifically has earned a few titles, Regional Cadet of the Year, National Cadet of the Year, I believe he was a couple years ago. Then some of our success stories would be like we had a student graduated program and join West Point, and he's now flying Black Hawk helicopters. We've had a young lady join the Marines, and most recently we had a young gentleman join the Navy. In our unit's history, there's been a nuclear submariner, a female, I can't recall her name. We've got nurses that have graduated.
That's awesome.
And the nice thing about Sea Cadets is it gives children an opportunity to learn about different aspects of the military life and gain opportunities that parents sometimes can't do for their children. So a part of being a Sea Cadet, there's many opportunities to attend advanced trainings. But in order to get to those advanced trainings, there's many steps you have to take to get there. So if I could tell you a little bit about that.
Yeah,
so,
please. 'Cause I think everybody needs to understand how much they can learn and advance from everything you're going to tell us about?
Sure. So it's Navy Youth Leadership Program. So there's a big, heavy emphasis on leadership. So the nice thing about Sea Cadets is you can kind of do this at your own pace, but you're probably going to want to keep up with your shipmates because nobody wants to get passed up. So your beginning stages of joining Sea Cadets would actually be to interview with some of your officers of your unit to see if it's a good fit for you. It's a huge commitment for the child and for the family because although many Sea Cadet units operate differently, there's still some requirements that are across the board. So your child should be having a C average at least. There's a 70% attendance rate that you must attend. Sea Cadets doesn't have a season. It goes all year long. So if you're missing drill, then you're missing opportunities and you can sometimes fall behind. So it's important to know that when you're going into this, that it's a big commitment and it's not for everybody. And some people may not appreciate some of the things that come along with it, but the program builds such a strong foundation for your child, and it's so unique to any other program. It's so rewarding to just give it a chance.
So it just sounds like it's a commitment.
It's a commitment. There's some coursework. Once you get into the program, there's required homework that you have to do. And it can be kind of boring, and sometimes the younger kids, the parents have to help, but they soon catch on. And, it takes about a good 6 months to get comfortable and making sure you're wearing the uniform properly and all that. So once you get your coursework done, as a lead cadet, that's ages 10 to 13, I should say 10 to 14 now, you're not required to attend trainings it's just not a requirement. But when you become a cadet, a Sea Cadet, your freshman year, you're required to attend a recruitment training camp. And so that's 9 days away from home with no contact from mom and dad, which can be difficult for some. But your child's also gaining independence, stability. They're learning how to be responsible. They're conducting their own selves. So it's pretty cool. But that recruit camp is a requirement. So after you do that camp, which generally happens right after Christmas and in the summer. So sometimes it messes up.
Is that camp around here?
There's camps, trainings all over the country.
Okay.
Here in the Northwest, we tend to go to Illinois or Michigan. But it's just a matter of if you can get your cadet there, they can attend. And those trainings are pretty affordable, in my opinion, for the opportunities and what they're learning and gaining out of it. To me, it's affordable. So once they do that recruitment training, it's about another 6 months, another training cycle starts up. They've met their PT standards. They've got good attendance. They got good grades. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then they're able to go off into those advanced trainings. And to me, that's where the payoff is. Those advanced trainings are led primarily by Sea Cadets. The kids, the cadets are the leaders, and they're assigned groups of cadets, and they go out and they do really cool stuff. So there is, I can't even tell you how many different types of trainings there are, but there's policing, basic medical, advanced medical, tactical med. There's band camp. There's cybersecurity right now happening in Indianapolis, Indiana. There's drone flight. There's basic aviation down at Pensacola, Florida. There's scuba diving in Alabama. There's rope courses and rescue in Tennessee. There's culinary in Michigan. So the nice thing is, it gives your child an opportunity to try new things while building that strong foundation and gaining leadership skills. Like, we like to say that these cadets are getting more leadership skills than most adults will ever have. And there's some cadets that strong leadership isn't for them, but they also find their own way. So maybe your child's not making friends at school when they show up to drill. All that is left at the door, and they're standing next to their brothers and sisters or shipmates. And they work together, and a lot of times they form these unique bonds, and then they go off into those summer trainings and winter trainings, and they make friends across the country, even across the world.
And someone that they'll stay connected to for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and then they kind of like chase each other, like, oh, what training are you going to? Maybe I'll see you there. So, there's even trainings for like somebody that wants to look into being a SEAL. There's they call it NSWAC training, where it's a very intense, rigorous training, and to even be eligible, you have to be in such physical shape and have to sign lots of waivers and go through medical testing just to make sure you're fit for the training. But where else can you find that unique
But they can set
training?
some early goals for themselves.
Oh yeah,
through this.
absolutely. Like especially our unit, every unit operates differently, but we like to try to make sure we know what the cadet is interested in, so we can kind of help guide them, because some of those trainings do require you to repeat it, where others you can just hop around and, I want to try scuba, I want to try band, culinary, medical, things like that. So there are some focused ones, like medical. There's basic med, and then you add on to it. That basic medical training, my daughter attended it. She came home with 6 real-life medical certifications that she can carry with her the rest of her life. Like, where else can you find that in the short amount of time she was there, and the opportunities she was exposed to is just incredible to me. It's a very rewarding program, and if you stick with the commitment, there's plenty of rewarding benefits. Sea Cadets also offers scholarships. Once you get into that senior level, there's opportunities to earn a good chunk of money for scholarships. There's so many certifications, your unit can do, and you can earn. Our unit specifically, we've done boater certification, like boater safety, and the kids learned how to operate boats, and they have these cards to carry around.
That's really nice.
Safe boaters.
Now, with all this, is there like a membership fee that they pay to be in it?
Yes, there's an enrollment fee.
Okay, an enrollment fee.
Each enrollment fee is specific to the unit. Some units are a little bit more expensive than others. I believe our unit right now is about $275. Most of that enrollment covers your uniforms. The cadets are wearing Navy uniforms, so it's very important that they also follow those grooming standards. So when you join with us, you're issued these uniforms at the appropriate time. So when you go to those advanced trainings and those trainings, like, you pretty much have everything you need besides odds and ends. We're going to make sure that you have what you need to get there.
And now, a quick word from this episode's sponsor.
Looking to update your floors with something fresh, durable, and beautiful? Look no further than Lowell Carpet and Coverings, your hometown flooring expert since 1996. Located right in the heart of downtown at 317 East Commercial Avenue in Lowell. Our family-owned and operated business has been helping neighbors just like you find perfect flooring for their families. Whether you're after plush carpet, stylish vinyl, or classic hardwood, we'll guide you every step of the way, from product education to expert installation. At Lowell Carpet and Coverings, your satisfaction is our satisfaction. That's our promise to the community for nearly 30 years. Stop in today and see why we're known for being stable, helpful, and proudly community involved. Lowell Carpet and Coverings, flooring done right by people who care.
Thank you for sponsoring the show. And now, let's get back into the episode.
So when I see you all the time, it's going to be at the VFW and the American Legion and all the veterans things that I see. Right, you guys are dressed to the T. Mm-hmm. But who pays for like the flags that you guys have and all that?
So that comes down to our unit.
Okay.
Lucky for us, we've had some very successful fundraisers and some very generous donations through the years, and we have a strong community support, which we're forever grateful for. And also the Lowell American Legion is where we call home. Not every Sea Cadet unit has a place to call home. Some drill out of their backyards. Some drill at VFWs, American Legions. So finding a place to call home for us is very important, being so large. So again, thank you to the Lowell American Legion for their support. But getting back to the flags and things like that, we've fundraised for that. And actually those flags and flagpoles are very expensive, turns out. So we set some goals, and if there's a specific need, sometimes we reach out to our community to see if there's a way they can help us. Annually, we have a pancake breakfast fundraiser.
Which is very good.
Thank you. We work very hard on creating the perfect pancake. But the cadets actually serve the meal and do a lot of the preparation. We have a large...
It's not just pancakes. There's sausage.
Yeah, there's sausage and bacon. And then we find other ways to get your money. So there's lots of little extra things to spend money on there. But that's one of our biggest fundraisers. And each unit operates on their own expenses. So for us, our expenses are a little larger. Being a larger unit means larger forms of transportation. So sometimes renting vans to go to places, or buses, or hiring bus drivers, and hotel accommodations can get expensive.
Yeah, I bet.
So,
but you guys do a lot for the community, though. Do you guys? Do you have to have so many volunteer hours, or do you just reach out to say, "Hey, we'll volunteer"? Because I see you guys volunteering everywhere. Not only do you help, our club, but you guys. I see you guys out there always helping.
Yeah. So that's another requirement to be a Sea Cadet is you got to have at least 20 hours of community service a year.
Okay.
So a lot of that is done in our local community, and we help pretty much whenever there's a call, we will go. We can't guarantee how many volunteers we have because our kids come from all over, but we do keep a very busy schedule, and we're happy to help when we can. So,
right, when you can, because you can't, every time somebody asks, you can't always be there.
Right.
And you can't say all of them will show up because they may, at that point, it's a volunteering thing, so they can't all show up all the time. But I would say almost any time anybody's asked you, you try your best to get there.
Absolutely. We are volunteers, and our cadets actually, we live in a large community, but the distance that these cadets travel to come to our unit is unbelievable. We have a family that drives almost an hour and a half to our unit, so that's pretty cool. But we try to make sure that we're even serving in their communities. Like we reach out and say, where's the need at, or if there's something a cadet thinks is important to do in their community, we try to see that we're serving them too.
Yeah.
Right now our focus is we're trying to go further south and saturate the DeMont, Wheatfield area, because we feel like that's an untapped area for recruiting. And it's unfortunate that our school district doesn't have an ROTC program anymore.
I know.
That's why it's also this program is also important, because those students, and they just don't have that available to them. So just keep an open mind, keep us in mind, keep Sea Cadets in mind.
How would somebody go about contacting you or reaching out to get a hold of one of these programs? Not just the one in Lowell, but anywhere. What is the best way to contact somebody?
So you'll want to go online, go to seacadets.org.
Okay.
Check it out. If you're interested, you'll fill out a little application. Somebody from the recruiting team will reach out to you, conduct an interview. Once you're satisfied with that interview, they will give you a couple options to pick from if there's options available for you.
Like whatever's the closest to you.
Yeah. And then if you have a couple options, it's important to shadow those, go check them out, because different Sea Cadet units operate differently. So if it's not
whatever's
a good
most
fit,
comfortable for you.
Yeah, whatever's a good fit for your family and your cadet, then that's where you need to be. Like I said, there's over 300 Sea Cadet units in the United States, so that's pretty cool. So one other thing that I wanted to mention, you asked about fundraising. If there are people out there that want to donate to not necessarily our unit, but there's an opportunity to donate to the Sea Cadet organization itself, and that information is on seacadets.org also. And then our unit will be hosting a fundraiser coming up to help support our Sea Cadet Ball. It's something we do every couple of years. It's important to both males and females, surprisingly.
Yeah. But we loved donating to that, because you guys, and I loved all the pictures you sent us about all of it. I mean, they all have a really good time, and I think that they deserve that night.
Yeah, we have a lot to be proud for, and it's awesome to see those cadets shine. And we make it a nice, fun event, and keep it semi-formal for them. But towards October, there's businesses looking to maybe make some donations. So please keep the Sea Cadets organization in mind, because that money is so beneficial to the program. Right now, we just actually had some kids go off to DC, some Sea Cadets go to DC and speak on behalf of Sea Cadets, because some of our funding may not be there as there's cuts being made all across the country right now. So we actually had cadets go and speak with senators and legislators about bringing awareness to the program, how important it is, the benefits, and why we need to continue the funding.
And how much you guys would benefit from it, and how much you need to continue this program.
Yes, and it's very important, especially in today's world. Finding a program like this is super beneficial for a lot of people, and even as volunteers, adults, it's so beneficial. And you may not have a history or a background in military, but you may have something to offer to your unit, whether it's just a visit for the day, doing first aid training, or teaching a culinary lesson for the day. There's so many ways to volunteer. So if you think that you've got something to volunteer to this organization, please reach out. And the worst they can say is no. And that's another thing about Sea Cadets too, is the safety. They always have children's safety in mind, as they should. But there's many safety guidelines in place to help make sure your child's safe. So just know that, a lot of
they're in good hands.
They are in good hands, and background checks are being done. And I feel very comfortable when my kids go off. I know they're in good hands. So
and I've seen personally, firsthand, with my own eyes, from them being in mud holes, running, doing training, that just, it's amazing to watch them be teammates to each other and to help one another and to support one another and encourage one another, while being polite. And I've seen them be dressed up in like in full uniform, being polite to all the veterans on site at every event that they've been to. So I've seen them be dirty, I've seen them be clean, and I've always seen them be polite and be helpful. So witnessing it with my own eyes, I can really testify that everything you're saying is 100% true. And I've watched them grow, having a personal friend besides you, but another personal friend, that their kids in that program, and to see all the benefits that they have gotten from it, and to watch that parent also grow through that program has really been beneficial to their entire family, and enjoy going to all the, I don't know that they're called events, but going to all the training stuff and all the skills programs has really helped many families, and not just, I shouldn't say just the children, but the whole family. I just think it's really cool to watch. That one event I went to, or not event, but the skills training that I went to watch, to take pictures. Oh my golly, gee, they work hard.
Yes.
They were working really hard.
Yeah.
It was a lot of, I shouldn't say tears and sweat. I think I was crying watching them sweat so hard, because they were working very hard. I guess some of your skills training is takes a lot of energy, I should say.
It does. And you'll find out, like, some kids that join our program are all gung-ho, and then they realize, oh, this physical fit part, that's not really for me. And other kids thrive on it.
Well, but I watched them encourage one another, though.
Sure, yeah.
Because some people could fly through it, and there's others that struggle through it. But the ones that were struggling, the ones that went through it very quickly, went back to go help the ones that were struggling a little bit more.
Yeah, that's awesome to see them. Feeding off each other and bringing each other up. And we try to encourage that as often as we can. Even as adults, we need to be doing that too.
But I mean, if we could teach a lot of adults to behave how they were behaving, the world would be a better place.
I completely agree.
Yes.
It's been a very rewarding program for my family. My daughter's going to be in it 8 years this year.
And watching her grow up through all of this.
Yes.
I mean, I have pictures of her when she was first started all the way up to currently. And I was like, wow, because it was just a couple of weeks ago we took some pictures of her. And she has matured and grown up so much. Wow.
Right. And that's just it. It's all in the cadets' hands how hard you want to work. Some kids are definitely driven in the program to excel, and my daughter is one of the success stories. It's not necessarily because of me. Yeah, mom and dad are doing the things we're supposed to be doing and supporting them, but it's on her. Like,
right, she put all the work into it.
She has to put the work in, and that's where that support from home comes in. Sometimes those kids want to slack off and they don't want to crawl out of bed on a Saturday to go to drill for 8 hours, but then there's some kids that spring out of bed and this is for me and this is what I'm going to do. And so I just like to say that don't stall on this. If you think this is something your child's interested in, the younger they can start, the better, especially when you have a teen that thinks that joining a branch of service is for them. It's very beneficial to start them as soon as possible, because a 16-year-old isn't going to get the benefits and the payout where a younger child is. So we like to at least get them by like their freshman year so that they have time to get through the program to meet the mark. So once they do enlist and graduate, they come out of that boot camp a pay grade higher. So there's even more benefits that carries over once you enlist. So even that's pretty cool.
So go to seacadets.org.
Yes.
Okay.
And also our website is www.nwiccadets.com. You can follow us on Facebook at Stars and Stripes Division. Also check out YouTube. There's a lot of Sea Cadet produced videos, and you can get a good idea of what those advanced trainings look like.
Okay.
My experience and stories are going to be different than the next person you talk to, but it's definitely worth looking into.
Yeah, I think everybody's story is different. But I think a good point that you have is that if you feel like you're not fitting in one group, go to another. So shadowing might be a good thing, just checking them out.
Absolutely. And don't be afraid to drive a little. And then who knows, you might find yourself wanting to start up a unit in a place where there isn't one.
That's a good idea.
There's tons of opportunity for growth out there, and there's a lot of underserved communities, and we all could be a little bit more involved in our communities.
Yeah, especially if you want to become a leader somewhere. That's a great idea.
And there's so many ways to volunteer. Like I said, whether it's being an officer of the unit, a supportive parent, or maybe even maybe you're a business owner and you want to provide lunch for the kids one day. Reach out to them and say, hey, I got some hot dogs. I'd like to come up and serve your cadets lunch, or vice versa, or say, hey, I got some cadets or some hot dogs that I need some cadets.
So that's to serve other people.
Yes. So,
which they have done really, they have done stuff like that for our community.
Yes,
so, but that's even a better idea, like serving them one day. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So, well, thank you, Joy,
so
much
you.
for
I appreciate it.
having me here, and hopefully I got the message across that Sea Cadets is
hopefully
awesome.
You can come back another time and then tell us about all the other successes that these young children now have graduated in a few years.
Well, maybe I'll leave it best to the cadets themselves to come.
Yeah, we'll have them on so they can tell.
Yes, they're more apt to the social media thing than me. So, but thank you again.
All right.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Joy to the World podcast. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and click that subscribe button on YouTube. Tune in next week to meet another person bringing joy to their world.